So you're talking to this woman and she pulls away. How to respond if she returns? Let's go and talk about it.
I was just patient, never try skating. Fuck niggas hating.
Good morning, guys. How y'all doing this morning? In this video, I want to discuss when a woman pulls away and returns, how do you respond? It's important to know that there are several reasons why a woman will pull away to begin with. I would say like one possibility is she's entertaining multiple people. She's wrapped up in work and trying to put her life in order. She's on the fence about you and isn't sure if she's interested in pursuing anything with you. She isn't emotionally available at the moment. She could be shit testing you. And worst case scenario, you acted in a way that turned her off. Now, how to respond to a woman pulling away from you? You'll see a lot of videos on YouTube regarding this topic. I feel the same way. Once you acknowledge that she is pulling away, responding slower to your messages, flaking on dates, or leaving you undelivered or read, fall back immediately. Immediately. Don't hesitate. Don't send a few more messages right at that moment when you realize she's pulling away. Even when you even just get the notion before you are 100% certain, don't send her another message and see if she ignores you, so to give yourself like a reconfirmation. No, just trust the fact that she is pulling away. And you're safe to do this. Don't send any more text messages from that point. So pretty much like whatever space that she's trying to take, give it to her. If she wants to go 4 or 5 days without talking to you, if she wants to go 4 or 5 months, hey, give it to her. Okay. Now, how you should be before this even happens. Well, I have videos where I discuss how you go about dating anyway. One of my videos I have is called the consistency test. You might want to check that out. And the consistency test is pretty much where you are testing someone's consistency by being consistent yourself. If you've done the consistency test by keeping your word 100% and pacing yourself when courting her, in addition to being charming and respectful, if she does still pull away, then you let her. Chances are high that she will return. Now, this is in the event, obviously, that you didn't do something to push her away. Maybe if you were being consistent, this is how you should have been acting, and you should have been charming and respectful from the beginning. And if she still pulls away under those, conditions or circumstances, then, knowing why she pulled away is irrelevant. To me, it is. There's other people that will say you need to ask her why she did that because you don't want to tolerate a woman who is being inconsistent. I kind of agree with it, but it's like a 50. I'm on the fence. I'm 50-50 because I feel like I don't want to tell somebody how to act in order to gain my love and trust. I want to see you act organically. So in the very beginning, although it is healthy to set boundaries and let someone know what your deal breakers are immediately, it's really a good thing to also observe, okay? And instead of giving someone the answers to the test or the guidelines to follow, observe their organic behavior and see if it's a behavior that you'd even want to be involved with anyway. Because to tell someone what your expectations are early on, and then if in the event that they are running a game, they can just do what you told them to do, and then it would drag out the process because eventually their mask will slip and their behaviors will change, but you kind of guided them into being more favorable. So me, how I would handle that is I would just let somebody do what they wanted to do. And hopefully it's what I like. And if it's not, thank you for showing me ahead of time. And if it is something minor, then I would address it once I have enough evidence that this is a pattern that you're sustaining. But to address things as soon as you see it prolongs the inevitable. So I wouldn't do that. Okay. So let's say she pulls away and you follow the steps of giving her space, also pulling away yourself, leaving her alone, not stalking her, never double calling or double texting her. Once you have done that, let's say she returns. Okay. Let's say she reaches out and she initiates contact. Now, once she initiates contact with you, you want to be the same. Number one, and I have 5 things you want to do. Number one is you want to be the same person you were before. Maintain your same energy. This is easier done when you have a set way of approaching dating anyway. And by watching my videos, you will gain a certain approach that you develop. You would develop your approach when dating. So you're not pretending. You don't have to recall how you were with somebody. You just fall right back into your routine. You fall right back into your approach. Okay. So you never have to remember how you were when you first met by, maintaining your same energy at all times. Number 2, don't rush to setting up a date. This comes off as if you were anticipating her return or if you were waiting on her. Just further validates her behavior. So some people, when a woman comes back around that they liked, that pulled away, they kind of act in a needy way to where it's like, oh man, thank you came back. When can I see you? It's a desperate attempt to speed things up so that you can try to reattract her or reconnect, try to reconnect in a speedy recovery kind of matter. Don't do this. Excuse me. She walked away. She needs to know that you have no problem with walking away either. And you weren't waiting on her. She's not the only option you had. Hopefully she really wasn't. Because if somebody walks away from you, therefore doesn't fully see your potential and your value, make yourself available to other people. And if by the time they return to you, if you are still interested and available, entertain them. But you still want to maintain a pace to how you do things. Number 3, after she initiates contact and you play a little game called Catch Up, so where you ask her a few questions, she asks you a few questions, see what's new, what's been going on. Reach back out to her in a few days to set up another date. Pacing yourself, okay? Number 4, take note to her preferred method of communication. If she likes to talk over the phone, text, or video chat, use this form of communication when reaching out to her. Why is this important? Well, when women pull away from you, something was off. And you are uncertain if it was your behavior or if it was something going on in her life. It's irrelevant at this point. What you do want to do, though, is if she reached out to you via text message, text her. Stick with that form of communication. If she texts you, don't pick up the phone and call her. If she calls you, then you can pick up the phone and call her. That's all I'm saying on this one. It just keeps her in her comfort zone. You're going to understand when I finish the final step why it's important. Number 5, in the final step. Don't text her every day or as much as you once did. Adjust your pace to be more suitable for the organic flow she has indirectly corrected you on. So that's my point. My point is that however you was communicating with her before, it wasn't working. It wasn't effective. She pulled away still. Although it is a strong possibility that she pulled away for reasons that, you don't know, that have nothing to do with you. It's safe to make a readjustment and pace yourself in a better manner. You want to move slightly slower than a woman, not too slow to where you're a cold fish and you're just like not showing any interest, but text her less than she texts you. You know what I mean? So if she is texting you once a day, text her once a day or once every other day. Okay? Fall under her. And this isn't a mind game. This is pretty much you like letting her she's not dictating the flow, but okay, well, if she's not the type of woman that wants to text every day and she doesn't feel like it's necessary, or she's a busy woman, it is what it is. Let it be what it is. Excuse me. Once you've gone on a date with her again, you have successfully put the courtship back on track. So, guys, this is the best way to respond when she returns after pulling away from you. You make a simple adjustment in your behavior and how you were courting her before, regardless if she left for something that has nothing to do with you, you adjust. Plus, if being realistic, if you were starting to entertain other women, you pulling away from her and adjusting your pace with pursuing her now gives you enough space to still keep your options open. You are not in a relationship with anybody. You're not trying to date multiple women. You are still single at this state. You are not in a rush. You can just put her back in rotation, see what day of the week is okay for you to link up with her, and you are back on track with courting this woman. And it's really that simple. And you can still maintain your other options, because if a woman's playing hot and cold with you, that's not healthy any which way you want to cut it, regardless if it's something that you did or not. You know, we are adults and we use our big boy and big girl words to communicate in a healthy manner. And to entertain someone that is not communicating in a healthy manner is to approve of this unhealthy communication. And you don't want to tolerate it, and then later on down the line, you know, when it's way too late, when she's setting her ways, her pattern is set in stone, and try to make changes and all that stuff. You do want to address it in the early stages before getting into a committed relationship. Maybe a good time to bring up, you know, how often and you like to communicate and stuff might be on that date that you just set up for the future. And I would set the date up to be at least 2 or more days out. That's just a rule of thumb for me. And you know, that's just my advice or my opinion on the subject. You don't have to follow it. I never set up a date for the same day or the next day. I always give her at least 2 or more days out. This allows her time to get her prior engagements in order, babysitter if need be, find an outfit, etc., etc. You get to do research on a place that is suitable for your wallet and her interests, and also, you know, what you want to do as well. So if you like the video, please give me a like, comment, subscribe. If you're new to this channel, my name is Jerome, and this has been another episode of The Superb Word. And The Superb Word is pretty much where I give modern dating advice to good men or intentional men, and how to pursue a healthy, sustainable relationship. Well, I thank you for your time, and until next time, 2 fingers.